Well, I'm standing over here in the willows and Russian olive. Got my double long road bike over here. That's what got me here today. Got the T100 and the TN Provo Keiryu rods with me today. And I will be fishing this little section here. If you can look out there at the rest of the lake, it's pretty well wind whipped. There's like a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind with little gusts and stuff. And it's not really pleasurable. It took me a little longer to get here, and I didn't videotape any of getting here because it was all in the wind. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to set up, and I'll show you guys how to build a leader for this rod using reel backing and just normal fly tippet. So the T100 here, it is a 17'7" rod. So I like to take and divide that by 3, and I'm just going to round that up to 18. So 12 will be 2/3 of the length of that rod. So I need about 12 foot of this reel backing here, and I just measure it out by hand. Just spread my arms open. I'm only like 5'7" or 8, so there's 5, 10, and just a little more. Give ourselves just a little more because we're fishing in bigger body of water today. On this one end here that we're going to attach to the rod, I get a hold of the line like this, wrap it around itself once, and just tie a double here, overhand knot, and then on that same string, on the top of that same knot, do a double again. And that'll never come undone. It'll slip up and down nice, like a nice little slip knot should, just like that. Perfect. Time to attach it to the rod. We just slip out just the tip section that has the lily-end on the end here. We go around that lily-end twice with our reel backing, or main line I should be referring to it as, so that way you guys can keep track of that, because that's just your main line. It's not your final line that attaches to your rod. Not your rod, but your fly, I mean. And I found it a little easier for me to help to get the leader built to the length I want it to be by extending the rod out. And I normally go with 14 to 18 inch sections of fly line is what I normally go with. And if you're in cover, careful extending it out. I'm going to go ahead and rest it up here in the tree where it's not going to get hurt. And we know we are about 12 foot there. And this is a 5X rod, so I want to build this leader to end on 5X. Now, to help get the cast out there and get the fly into position, I'm going to start out with 0X. And I'm just going to do it really simple, tying a figure-8 knot for each section of this tippet. Always make sure to spit on your knots or lubricate them with something. And I don't think I brought all of my proper tools with me today, so we just get to keep using this Crescent Tool Company pocket knife here. So this ought to be interesting. I should have brought some pliers, but I didn't. Alright, so we'll get about 14 inches there of 0. Knife back out again. This time we're going to go for, let's go 2x. And we'll repeat the same process we did tying it to the reel backing by making a figure 8 knot, just because they're simple and easy to make, and they are strong and they have a good transfer of power. You want to make sure that whenever you're tying knots in a line that you intend on casting, like flies, or yeah, basically flies only, because with spinning and stuff like that you can cast something heavier. Flies are lighter. You want to make sure you have a good transfer of power though. Certain knots will cause your line to hinge. If you have that problem of your line hinging, change up your knots, use something else. So they're about 14 inches of 2x, and now we're going straight to 5x. And this is all Rio tippet I have here. I think that's the last time. Feels like it. Okay, so now that we've got the 5x tied on after 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we got the 5x tied on the 5th knot. Oh boy, that line was about to really get me going. So remember what I don't know if I was saying it earlier, I might just cut it out and re-put it in now, that I don't cut that line off until I get this rod fully telescoped out. So I could use the rod to kind of judge how much line I have. So there is about 20 feet around there, and we'll just go ahead and cut that off just like that. Now comes to the decision part of what are we actually going to fish with. Water's kind of clear, kind of okay. There does seem to be a lot of bass. Maybe we should try one of these stupid flies, a shad dart. Alright, so kind of hanging out here in this area. There's a lot of heavy cover around me, a lot of trees. So I'm going to have to make some kind of difficult cast every time. It'd probably be even funner if I catch something, because I don't have any area behind me to stick the rod to. There we go. I think we got a bass. Right off the bat. Oh yeah. Spotty? Looks like a little spotty. Easy there, buddy. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, come on now. That's only 5x. Got him. Well, sure wish I had my pliers with me, and this is a barbless hook. This fish really took it up into the upper lip section here. Got it. That's a nice bass right there. Yep, it's spotty. Nice bass, about 12, 14 inches. There it goes. Right on back in there. You know, I better check that a little bit. Just because it is 5X. Basically fishing around this tree over here by this concrete where I really can't get to is where I'm fishing. I really don't know what's over there. I'm only about 12 inches deep, so I can't get too close to the shore with it. And I'm perched on top of a rock. Got a bluegill or a green sunfish, one of the two. We got something. Green sunfish. That's a nice one too. Nice little sunny. There's a good sized one.